Hi friends, this is Rashmin Keshwani. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel R&R Reviews with Rashmin. Today I am back with the part 2 of the book Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. This part is also divided in 4 chapters, but before I talk about that, let's think about a question that we tell ourselves every day. यार, why am I doing this job? इसमें कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा है. We have heard at least someone around us telling us this. And even we don't know in which shop do we get this term called as sense of satisfaction. But this book knows. And it says that when I use my interest, expertise for the betterment of humankind, that's when I am living my purpose. We always have this question, what is my purpose on this earth? And the answer is this. This exactly will bring you the sense of satisfaction. Now the followed by question is, how do I know about my interest? We all, from the age group of 15 to 25 and even till 30, we keep asking this question. I don't know what I am interested in. Then what do I do? How do I find out? The answer in this book is pay attention, cultivate self-awareness, feed strengths, and you will definitely find your way. The problem with us here is, if in a subject we got D and in the other 3 subjects we got A grade, we are more focused on that D rather than putting our energy into monetizing these strengths. We cry about not having that one skill. Do not do this mistake. Focus on your strength and simultaneously work on your weakness. But here, there is a little problem. We fall into 3 traps. First, we try to fit into other people's purpose. Just like every organ in your body performs different roles, each of us has different roles. So, second thing, do not impose your purpose, your personality, your interests on others. And third, do not measure your success according to the societal timelines and scales. Most of us are in the hope of quick success, and failure in achieving that gives us anxiety and pressure. Do not let that happen. Now, how do I pay attention to my skills, to my strengths, or to my interests? That brings me to chapter number 6, which is routine. The only way I can cultivate self-awareness and find out about myself is through routine. We all know that in the shield of me time, we are glued to our phones at night, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. But we sleep late, and then we wake up to that annoying tone of our alarm. And we are like, please sleep and let me sleep. And the alarm be like, you set me in the morning, so I am ringing. That's my job. Why did you set me if you didn't want to ring? The sad part is we sleep late, we wake up late, we get frustrated, and then our entire day turns out to be horrible. Wouldn't you like to wake up to the birds chirping, to the water gushing, and to the cold breeze blowing, rather than that annoying alarm sound? In order to achieve this, it is important that, like I said in part 1, keep a track of the time for each app and for purpose of the app that you're using, or the phone at large. This will make you invest your energy in the right and the constructive things. And if you have a peaceful start for your day, your body will have the energy, your mind will have the energy to deal with all the hurdles that are put to you. Imagine you wake up, you take your phone in your hand, the first thing, which is again a wrong thing, and you get a rude email from your boss. How will that day be? Or you get an email from your teacher who's scolding you. How will that day be? You won't like to have your breakfast now? You wouldn't want to attend any lectures or even do your work? And everything will affect you negatively. Instead, take 10 to 15 minutes time, wake up a little early, have healthy breakfast, meditate. We all know that most of us wake up at 6:30 or 4:30 to meditate and pray. This peaceful start has a real positive impact on our life. Now that brings me to the chapter 7th, mind. Why this positive impact is important in my life. I am most of the times bound to get carried away by emotions. He slapped me, so I slapped him. He made fun of me, so I made fun of him. What happens with us is, if I mock you today, you are bound to wait for an opportunity where you can humiliate me publicly. This is basic human tendency. But the sad part is, this is not the right spirit. And not every battle is to be fought. If I mock you, the problem is not with you, the problem is with me. And that problem is chapter 8, my ego, my arrogance. And that is the hurdle in my growth. If you let that mocking pass by, you will have your peace of mind intact with you. But I will be the one who will get more affected because I got no reaction from you. Now, coming to arrogance. This reminds me of a dialogue. Arrogance, इसको कम कर, बहुत ऊपर जाएगा, वरना सीधा ऊपर जाएगा. Now, this dialogue is from a different movie and in a different setting altogether. But this sentence is a fact. Our arrogance is our hurdle in 3 ways. 1. arrogant, I will look for opportunities where I can pull you down publicly. Second problem is, I will always boast about myself. Now, I will hype so much that if you dare to oppose me, I will become revengeful and I will hold grudges against you. Okay? This will make me lose friends, quality friends. And I will end up in isolation for my mistake. And I will start lying about everyone around me. All this will accumulate to become a major loss of, like I said, being isolated means no good friends, no quality people around me, and no good opportunities for me. Nobody will choose me or recommend me for anything. Because although I may be great, efficient, but my arrogance will pull me down. So, these are certain learnings that I got from this book, Think Like a Monk, in part 2. And I believe that these will transform your life just as it is doing for me. If you have read this part, do let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Also, give it a big fat thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned for part 3. Thank you. Take care. Bye.